Hi, and welcome to today's video. You know, there's a lot of information here on YouTube about pronation, and myself included. I've emphasized a lot of instruction and videos on pronation, and we've had some comments lately and some questions about supination. So in today's video, we're going to cover supination and what its role is in the serve motion. Hi, I'm John Craig, USPTA Elite Professional and founder here and director of Performance Plus Tennis. Got a great lesson for you today that's going to help you build your service motion. So let's begin by comparing what pronation and supination really are, and then we'll get into how those movements work in your service motion. I think, as we all know, pronation is where if you put your palm out vertically, pronation is going to be where you turn your palm downward. And that motion and that movement in your motion translates into the palm facing your ear, and it turns the racket and the hand towards the ball, and that's pronation. And that's the thing we see commonly on the follow-through of high-performance players. Supination is the reverse of that. Supination is where you actually take your palm and you rotate it so that the palm of the hand is now up from a vertical position. It rotates outward. So that would put your hand in a position where it's actually closed in the back. And the idea of supination is that it can increase the range of motion your racket takes, the rotational motion your racket takes as it moves into contact. So theoretically, it would make sense that if you could increase that range of motion, you could generate more power. So supination would be where you come back and you turn the hand inward. And so that would place the racket in a position that is beyond closed, and the racket would be more in this position here. So again, that would give you more degrees of rotation to get to contact. So do you see high-performance players use more supination? And I don't think you actually do. And it's a simple idea, but the real reason is that when I put my wrist in this position, it's not powerful. In fact, this would be the position in martial arts that a fighter would try to get me into to take me to the ground, because once I'm here, I really don't have any power to get out. So, you know, I don't think you want to try and create supination. I think the racket will fall into the angle it needs to by itself with the continental grip. So supination, while it theoretically could increase your range of motion, I don't think it strengthens the swing itself. So for me, I've never really thought about trying to be deliberate in creating supination in my swing, knowing that if I have the true continental grip and my racket just falls naturally into the position where the racket is coming to the edge onto the ball, I'm going to get my 90 degrees of rotation of the racket face moving into the contact point. So, and I think the supination is a little bit tricky, because in order to get the racket to get square on the ball from a supinated position, you actually have to move a lot of forearm and wrist in the middle of the upward swing to get that to happen. And I think that interferes with how I philosophically want you to create your swing power. And if you recall from some of the other lessons, if you haven't watched them here on YouTube, the power of your motion, once you get into extension, is through the pronation, the long axis pronation from the shoulder. And if you precede that by trying to get your forearm to rotate to get there and then add the shoulder rotation, I think that's a very complicated movement. And I think it will disrupt not only the power, but also the control of your ball. So some of you might be thinking, well, you know, Milos Raonic, you know, he sets up, he's already in a supinated position. But if you watch Milos Raonic's serve, when he gets back into the trophy position, his wrist just settles right into a neutral position, just like virtually every other high-performance player. So the wrist is neutral in the back. It's neither flexed back or it's curled into a supinated position. So I think you're going to generate more power and have more control if your wrist originates in a neutral position before you go into a natural racket drop. I hope you really benefited from this lesson today. Please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, leave comments below, particularly if you have a topic you'd like us to cover. We'll certainly cover it in a future video. And we also invite you to subscribe to our 5 key principles of every stroke in the game and have access to our free library of content by visiting our website. Our website also features additional free lessons and content, and we also have a membership. Take a look around, and we look forward to seeing you in a future video.